Come close, let me tell you something. It has happened. A new war just exploded in the Middle East and is about to unleash an economic firestorm. While the world leaders make their moves, your savings, your investment, and your family's financial future are sitting directly in the line of fire. The joint US and Israeli airstrike on Iran, codenamed Operation Epic Fury, and the retaliation that followed have pushed the world to the brink of a crisis with massive economic consequences. This singular conflict can trigger a global inflation shock and oil crisis. In the next few minutes, I am going to break down what is happening and show you the critical steps you need to take right now to avoid getting financially wiped out. This isn't about fear, it's about getting prepared. If you're new to this channel, my name is Happiness Mori and I am a licensed financial advisor in Canada. And in this channel, I create simple and practical content to help you understand money better and build financial stability with clarity so that you can make smarter decisions with confidence. If money confuses you, if money overwhelms you or stresses you out, you are in the right place. Let's grow together. And I make these videos because I believe that when people are financially literate, when they have the right information, they are able to make better financial decisions. So let's dive right in. What just happened and why is it important to you? On February 28, 2026, the United States and Israel launched a massive coordinated series of airstrikes against Iran in at least 9 cities. This operation, dubbed Epic Fury by the Pentagon, was designed to degrade Iran's military and nuclear capacities. The strikes were swift and devastating. And while some reports indicate the attack included the assassination of the supreme leader Ali Khamenei, Tehran, the city capital, has confirmed his death since. Iran's response was immediate and widespread. Missiles were launched targeting not just Israel, but US military bases and allies across the region, including Qatar, Kuwait, United Arab Emirates, Bahrain, Jordan, and Saudi Arabia. This isn't a distant cozy war anymore, nor is it two rivals sponsoring different teams from the sideline. The star players themselves have stormed the field and they are throwing punches. This is a direct conflict between major powers and it has lit a match under the global economy. So why does this matter to you, no matter where you live? The answer lies in the narrow strip of water called the Strait of Hormuz. This is the single most important choke point, I call it checkpoint, in the world's oil supply. Think of it as the main artery for the global economic heart. About 20% of the entire world's daily oil consumption, which is around 20 million barrels, is pumped through that strait every single day. Following the attacks, the Iran officials have threatened to close this vital artery. In fact, reports from Iran's Revolutionary Guard warned ships that none are allowed to pass. And shipping data shows that at least 150 tankers are already anchored in open water, refusing to transit the strait. That main artery for the global economy has just been clamped down. This problem isn't just a regional conflict, it is a full-blown global economic emergency. And why is this about to wipe you out? So how does a conflict thousands of miles away reach into your wallet and threaten to wipe it out? It happens faster than you think. Think of it like an earthquake. The epicenter is in the Middle East, but the financial tsunami it creates would hit every shoreline, including yours. This shockwave travels through 3 main channels: the oil prices, inflation, and your investments. First, the oil price shock. With this Strait of Hormuz now the no-go zone, The flow of a fifth of world's oil could grind into a halt. Imagine that. Oil is the lifeblood of the global economy, and the cost of that lifeblood is about to skyrocket. Analysts are now forecasting that oil prices will surge, with worst-case scenarios predicting prices well over $100 or more for a barrel. And Robert Kiyosaki even predicted it at $200 per barrel. Every time you fill up your car, you will feel this directly. Every single product that needs to be shipped will become more expensive because the cost of transport is baked into every price tag. This leads directly to the second channel, which is the runaway inflation. A major oil price spike is like pouring gasoline on an inflationary fire. Your cost of living will surge. Economists project that oil hitting $100 to $200 a barrel will add almost a percentage point to global inflation. Your grocery bill, your heating bill, the cost of everyday goods, everything will go up. It's like trying to run up a down escalator that is speeding up. You're working just as hard, but you're getting further behind. This is how your savings and your purchasing power gets silently decimated. The third channel is the stock market. When a fire alarm for war gets pulled, investors don't wait to see how big the fire is. They stampede for the available exits. This is called a risk-off sell-off, and it means the value of your retirement portfolio, like your RSP and 401k, could take a significant hit as investors will fly from risk. But not everything goes down. In times of war, money flows through specific places. Think of it like a financial game of musical chairs. When the music stops, the money scrambles for a safe seat. Defense stocks are already rallying with funds like the iShares US Aerospace and Defense ETF seeing gains. Energy stocks are also surging as supply is threatened, but the big money is running to the safe haven assets. Things like gold and US Treasury have historically become bomb shelters for panic investors. You have to ask yourself, is my money in the right place to weather this storm, or is it about to be wiped out by the coming wave? For most people, the answer is a terrifying no. This is not a time to panic, although it is a time to be smart and to act. Moving from fear to preparation is what matters now. Think of this as your financial first responder plan. Here are the clear, actionable steps to consider right now. Step 1. Fortify your foundation, your emergency fund. This is a non-negotiable step number 1. You must have a cash buffer. Think of an emergency fund as a financial shock absorber on your car. On a smooth day, you barely notice it, but in a crisis like this, it's the heavy-duty suspension that keeps a massive pothole from breaking your axle. Normally, experts recommend 3 to 6 months of living expenses, but in this environment, you should be aiming closer to 6 to 12 months. This cash is your shield against inflation shocks, supply chain issues, and any job insecurity that might follow an economic downturn. It has to be liquid and easy to get to. This is the fund that lets you make clear-headed decisions from a position of strength and not desperation. Step number 2, you have to go on a financial war footing. You have to warfoot your budget. Warfooting is a military term that entails acting as if war is imminent and preparing for it seriously, and that is exactly what you should do with your budget right now. You need to reevaluate every dollar you spend. It's time to treat your budget like a battle plan. Every dollar is a soldier, and you must assign it a mission, either to defend your essentials or to build up your reserve. This means aggressively cutting back on discretionary spending, the wants, not the needs. That daily coffee, the streaming services you barely use, those impulse online purchases, they all need to be questioned. The goal here is to free up as much as cash possible to build your emergency fund and brace the rising cost of essentials like food and gas. If you're finding this helpful, do me a favor to hit the subscribe button. This situation is changing fast and we will be putting out updates to help you navigate it. Also, save this video, you might need to come back to it later. Step number 3 is to reposition your investment, the defensive shift. Let me be crystal clear. This is not a personalized financial advice. This is an analysis of historical strategies used during major political conflicts. You have to talk to a qualified professional about your specific situation. With that said, history shows us that during major conflicts, paper assets like stock can become extremely volatile. A well-diversified portfolio is a ship built with multiple watertight compartments. If one section gets flooded, for instance, the stocks going down, the other compartment can keep the entire vessel afloat. First, consider the safe haven. Assets like gold and government bonds are where investors have historically sheltered during turmoil. Their value tends to hold or even increase when other markets are tanking. Secondly, look at the hedges. As we have seen, certain sectors can certainly benefit from conflict. Energy and defense stocks have already seen big rallies. Understanding where money is flowing can provide a hedge against losses you might see elsewhere in your portfolio. Although I must say here that this strategy comes with its own set of risks. The core idea here is diversification. Don't put all your eggs in one basket, especially at a time like this when the basket is actually on fire. The third step is to review your insurance. This is a small but a very critical step at this time. As the cost of goods and transportation goes up, so do the cost of repairs and replacements. Take a look at your home and auto insurance policies to make sure your coverage is enough for a higher cost world. The last thing you want is to be underinsured when a crisis hits. The threat is real. A major war has kicked off, and the world's most critical oil artery, the Strait of Hormuz, is at risk of being blocked. The impact on your wallet will come through a surge in oil prices, crippling inflation, and wide stock markets swing. But you are not helpless. You now have a blueprint of how you can respond, a plan to build your financial defenses. Fortify your foundation with a strong emergency fund, your financial shock absorber. Go on a war footing with your budget to free up cash. Reevaluate your investment strategies for this high-risk environment and double-check your insurance. While the situation is serious, you now have the knowledge to take control. This isn't about panicking, it's about preparing. It's about taking calm, deliberate, and decisive action to ensure that no matter what happens on the world stage, you and your family are not just survivors, but are financially secure. You are a financial first responder now. What are you doing to prepare? Share your strategies in the comments below to help build a strong community, and don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification for more updates as this critical situation unfolds. See you in my next video. Bye.